listen with an open mind and know that this is information, thoughts, ideas, ways of thinking that aren't just applicable to riding a dirt bike. I'm talking this stuff will help in anything that you do in life. Absolutely anything that you do in life, from being a better husband or wife, better child, or a better business owner, or a better employee, certainly a better athlete and a better dirt bike racer. There's no question about that. So today we're going to talk a little bit about goal setting, vision and direction, and how that can help us be a little bit more present in this moment. Once we've actually done a better job of establishing what are our goals and what are things that we want to be doing in the future. Because the alternative to that is how most people think, which is very short-sighted. It's short-term thinking, and that creates stress and anxiety. So think about going to a race on a weekend and setting the goal of get fifth in this specific event, or to win this specific event. It's a very result-based goal, something ultimately that isn't really in your control that much at all, right? There are so many variables that play into you getting that finishing result in a race. And what does that do? That creates a ton of anxiety, and it pulls you just a little bit into the future. I refer to it as time traveling, right? You time travel in your head a little bit to the future. It could be by a year, it could be by a month, it could just be by a few minutes. But it really, really creates that anxiety because it's pulling you out of the present moment, right? When you have the vision, it helps just create direction, and you can sort of trust releasing everything and just being in this moment. I'm going to explain what that means here in a second. What we're going to do here is we're going to talk a little bit about how we can begin to, once we've established what our goal looks like, we'll have a journal prompt to help get you a little bit closer to that person that you want to be and what that goal is a little deeper into the future, maybe 5 years into the future. A big part of how do we get there is practicing visualization. Your body doesn't know the difference between you doing that in real life and you visualizing it in your head. How crazy is that? And it's the truth. Your body doesn't know the difference between that vivid visualization and a real life experience. And there have been plenty of scientific studies where they've taken test groups, and this one test group went and did the activity for weeks or months at a time. This test group only visualized the activity or the sport, whatever it was, for that week or that month. And then they tested the results and how they competed. The group that just visualized performed either equally as well or better than the group that was actually doing the practice, the event, the activity, the sport in real life. I mean, it's insane. Once you wrap your head around the power of that, how could you not spend time visualizing something and understanding that your thoughts, they are not who you are, but you can start to really control what those thoughts are, and they have so much power over everything that you do. When we talk about goal setting, a lot of people are afraid to set long-term goals, let's say 5 years out into the future, because what they start to do is as soon as they start to choose some things that they would like to happen, the first thing your mind will jump to is how? How do I do that? How am I going to be able to make this happen? It is not important to figure those steps out. That's not on you. Those steps will be provided to you. As crazy as that sounds, you will start to have clarity the more you visualize that future and what the steps should be. You do not have to worry about the how.